powerful earthquake struck Yibin City in Sichuan Province, sending a sudden shock through communities in and around Gao County and placing the region under renewed attention as seismic activity continues. According to the China Earthquake Network Center, the earthquake occurred at approximately 1:08 p.m. local time on August 7. The epicenter was located in Gao County, Yibin City, and the earthquake was recorded at a relatively shallow depth of only 6 kilometers. The shallow depth played an important role in the intensity of the shaking experienced near the epicenter, because the seismic energy traveled only a short distance before reaching the surface. The movement of the ground was clearly felt across nearby communities. The earthquake struck suddenly during the afternoon, catching residents in the middle of their normal daily activities. Buildings began to shake, windows and doors rattled, and objects inside homes were disturbed as the ground moved beneath the area. The sudden shaking prompted residents near the epicenter to become alert and take precautionary measures. Some people moved outdoors and stayed in open areas, while others remained away from buildings and structures that could potentially pose a safety risk after strong ground movement. The earthquake also triggered a rapid emergency response. Following the earthquake, Sichuan's earthquake authorities activated a Level 4 emergency response. Relevant departments immediately began coordinating earthquake monitoring, field investigations, emergency inspections, and other response operations in the affected area.
你妈这个地震好凶哦！咋种对面山也垮了，这厂嘛这是垮了，全部垮了。老子，这个到处玩球。
Emergency personnel and vehicles were dispatched toward the earthquake zone. Rescue and response teams began inspecting local conditions and checking important infrastructure across the affected communities. Buildings and other structures were examined for possible damage, while roads, electricity facilities, communication systems, and other essential infrastructure were also placed under inspection. The shallow earthquake depth made these inspections particularly important. Strong ground movement can affect structures located close to the epicenter, especially buildings and facilities that may already have structural weaknesses. Earthquake monitoring continued throughout the afternoon. Several hours after the magnitude 4.9 earthquake, another magnitude 3.0 earthquake was recorded in Gao County. The later tremor also added to concerns among local residents who had already experienced the earlier shaking. The latest earthquake activity is particularly notable because Gao County had already experienced another significant earthquake only a few days earlier. The sequence of earthquakes within a short period has increased attention on the seismic activity around Gao County and the surrounding areas of Yibin. Earthquake sequences can involve a stronger initial event followed by smaller aftershocks, while multiple moderate earthquakes can also occur within the same general region over a limited period. Scientists analyze the magnitude, depth, location, timing, and distribution of each earthquake to understand how the seismic sequence is developing. Continuous monitoring is therefore being maintained across the region.
哎呦，这个地震到底震到哪个时候？我天耶！
Seismic monitoring stations record new tremors and provide data that can be used to determine whether earthquake activity is gradually decreasing or continuing at an elevated level. The situation also highlights the importance of preparedness in communities located in earthquake-prone areas. Following a significant earthquake, residents are advised to remain cautious around buildings and structures that may have been affected by ground shaking. Damaged walls, unstable structures, rooftops, and other objects can remain hazardous even after the main earthquake has ended. Local authorities continue to inspect infrastructure and assess conditions across the affected areas. Road networks are being checked for possible cracks and other abnormalities. Electricity and communication systems are being monitored, while buildings in and around the earthquake zone are being inspected for structural problems. These inspections are particularly important in the hours and days following an earthquake because additional tremors can occur during the aftershock period. Most aftershocks are smaller than the main earthquake, but they can still cause additional shaking and may create further risks around structures that have already been weakened. The repeated earthquakes have kept residents alert and prompted continued monitoring by local authorities and earthquake specialists. The focus is now on tracking the development of seismic activity and maintaining a high level of preparedness across the affected region.
哎呦，这个地震真的凶哦，路些全部都断了嘞，这知道遭回家嘛。
Authorities continue to monitor the region, inspect infrastructure, assess local conditions, and maintain emergency readiness as the earthquake sequence develops.
顶楼，你看这个广景楼，哎呦，金沙湖这个地震吓人得很，吓人喽！哎呦，基本上每一家屋都遭，哎呀。